For literal years, I've been waiting on that Rising Storm successor. For years, a ton of tactical shooter fans were left in the dark as to what had happened to such a fun genre, such a fun experience. After years of waiting, well, the new game 83 intends on bringing that feeling back to the players and releasing in 2025. Its newest trailer and details are very exciting, and I feel a lot more people need to know about it. I followed realistic shooters for years, but 83 from Blue Dot Games is something different. A Cold War tactical FPS where the maps are big, the stakes are high, and the tension is thick. Their latest trailer, Cold War Gone Hot, just dropped, and it's the clearest look yet at how this war would have played out if diplomacy failed. Make sure you drop a like on the video so that more people see it, and let's start right away. Set in an alternate 1983, the game throws players into massive 40 versus 40 battles between NATO and Warsaw Pact forces. The scale immediately sets it apart. The new trailer showcases the Fulda Gap, a real Cold War flashpoint in Germany. Military strategists feared it would be the front line if war ever broke out, and now it's the battlefield. You've got tank columns pushing through farmland, NATO infantry dug into forests and ruins, and jets screaming overhead. It's tense, it's heavy, and it feels like a war game with teeth. Players have been waiting a long time for something like this, a proper large-scale tactical FPS that doesn't drown itself in military sim complexity or lean too hard into arcade chaos. 83 feels like that missing link, something with the intensity of Battlefield, but with the structure and weight of a hardcore shooter. Squad-based objectives, vehicle warfare, and a huge emphasis on communication, it all clicks. The game is being built by people who know this genre inside and out. A large chunk of the dev team worked on Rising Storm 2, Vietnam, and that DNA is everywhere in 83. The squad mechanics, the balance between chaos and control, even the way maps are structured to encourage flanks and pressure, it all has that familiar gritty feel, just dialed up to a Cold War scenario. Weapons are grounded in realism. You're not getting laser beams and clean reloads here. Barrels overheat if you mag dump, suppressors warp the sound but don't make you invisible, and if you reload half a mag, you don't magically keep the rest. You can feel the weight of every system. LMGs need to be set up properly. Rifle recoil kicks like it should, and when you hear an APC roll up behind a ridge, you don't just run in guns blazing. You call it in, coordinate, and respond. This is where 83 shines. Tactical immersion that still respects your time. Matches are built to last 30 to 40 minutes, long enough to let the battle unfold, short enough that it doesn't feel like a chore. Respawns are tight. If you go down, you're not out for long, but that window can still cost your squad dearly. Every decision matters. Every lost firefight shifts momentum. The Fulda Gap map shown in the trailer is smartly built. It's not just open fields. It's layered terrain, ambush points, wide flanks, choke points, dense forests, and small towns that turn into war zones. This is the kind of level design that creates stories, not just kills. It forces coordination, especially when vehicles get involved. And yes, the vehicles are in. Tanks, jeeps, transports, all adding new layers to the push and pull of every match. This game also brings something that's been missing for a while. Tension, you can feel it in every sound. The way a distant firefight echoes through the hills. The way flares go up during night maps. The way you have to wait pinned behind cover, hoping your squad lead gets a support drop or rally going. It's cinematic, but not scripted. Just raw, reactive combat where the players create the drama. There's even a command layer. Team leaders coordinate attacks, manage resources, and make high-stakes decisions that affect the entire match. Artillery, supply drops, flanks, it all filters down from the top, giving 83 a real sense of hierarchy. If your team communicates, you dominate. If they don't, you're going to feel that collapse hard. Visually, 83 looks grounded but clean. It's not chasing hyper-realism just for screenshots. It's chasing mood. Fog creeps through valleys, tracers light up dusk skies. The lighting sells the world without turning everything into grayscale mud, and the sound design, it's punchy. Guns crack, not pop. Explosions shake, not thud. You feel what's happening, not just see it, and that's the difference. 83 looks like a shooter made by people who play shooters. Not just the modern trend-chasing stuff, but the real ones. The kind that people still talk about years later. The kind that aren't afraid to be a little hardcore, a little slower, a little more brutal. because that's what builds intensity. Blue Dot Games is pushing this into Steam Early Access in fall 2025, and they're already opening up alpha testing for players who want to get in early. Their roadmap includes more maps, more vehicles, more Cold War era gear, and long-term community feedback. To be honest, this is the most exciting tactical FPS I've seen in years, not because it's trying to reinvent the genre, but because it's doubling down on what made it great in the first place. Boots on the ground, squads that matter, maps that tell stories, and combat that hits hard. So if you've been waiting for something more grounded than Battlefield, more flexible than Squad, and more fun than most missims trying to be Arma for light, keep your eye on 83. This one might actually live up to the hype. Beyond what we've seen in the trailer, the developers have hinted at a deeper progression system that rewards teamwork and skill, not just kills. Squad leaders gain perks that can impact your faction's overall performance, encouraging players to really specialize in their roles. You won't just be tagging along, you're a cog in a much bigger machine. The community involvement in 83 is shaping up to be a major focus. Blue Dot plans to lean heavily on player feedback during early access, promising that weapon tweaks, vehicle balance, and map adjustments will come directly from how people actually play. It's clear they want this to be a living, breathing game that evolves with its players, not something locked down from day one. Modding support is also on the horizon, something that could extend the game's lifespan massively. From custom maps to new skins and game modes, the potential for 83 to become a sandbox for Cold War fans is exciting. And let's not forget about the audio. The game promises layered soundscapes that do more than just pump gunfire into your ears. Imagine hearing the rumble of distant artillery, the mechanical groan of a tank's engine, or the crackle of static over a radio as you coordinate with your squad. It's immersive in a way that's designed to pull you into the battlefield, not just show you a battlefield. While the core gameplay loops around infantry and vehicles, expect future updates to expand this further. The team has teased possibilities for expanded night operations, dynamic weather effects, and even expanded maps that introduce new strategic layers. It's shaping up to be a game that keeps surprising you match after match. Finally, 83 embraces accessibility without dumbing down. It's welcoming to newcomers who want that tactical edge, but rewarding for veterans who crave depth. It's a balancing act few games pull off well, but based on what's been shown and what the team has shared, 83 looks ready to deliver that rare sweet spot. If you're into tactical shooters that reward communication, patience, and smart play, 83 deserves your attention. This fall, it's going to be one of the most talked about FPS releases, and if the early footage is any indication, it's well worth the wait. Beyond the core gameplay, what excites me most is the potential for growth. Blue Dot Games clearly understands the community's desire for a living, evolving game. From ongoing balancing and new content to mod support, it's built with longevity in mind. This isn't just a game you play once or twice. It's one you come back to, strategize over, and really invest your time in.